morning here. It's clear. It's a little chilly and breezy, but we're gonna have a nice sunrise. And Annie's already enjoying some sticks. It looks like. Thanks for joining my channel where I talk about mental health and spiritual health. I'm not a pastor or doctor or therapist, but I just know this to be true, to be holistically healthy. Mental health and spiritual health kind of go together in my mind and based on my own experience. And that's why I talk about a verse from the Bible in the morning. So thanks for joining. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I know Olivia is, she's the mod. Hi Olivia, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. Good morning, Frank. It's a beautiful morning, look at this. Oh wait, we got a plane taking off. Let's see if we can see it. I like watching the planes take off. I don't know which direction though. It's hard to see. Maybe not. Good morning, BC. Good morning, BC. Yeah, look at this sunrise we're gonna have. Extra special. Very nice. Good morning, Vicky. Ooh, look at that burnt orange. Blood red orange back there. Yeah, it is really pretty. It's awesome. Annie's got a beautiful stick here. She's all happy. Well, thanks for joining you guys in the morning. So early. Well, not too bad. Not too bad for a weekday. And today we're going to talk about our plans and God's plans. Or maybe I should say our plans versus God's plans. They're not always the same. And that's what he tells us in Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 through 12. That's what we're going to be. And in Isaiah 55:8, God tells us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord." Now, this is so true. And I don't have a great story. I'll get into that when I have a question at the end. So I'm going to borrow someone else's story. They were going to go to Africa with a group, their church group. They were taking a trip to Africa, but at the last minute, at the very last minute, the trip had to be canceled. And everybody was like super disappointed, obviously, you can imagine that. But what they decided to do with their money, because they couldn't go, all that money that they collected for airfare and lodging and food and incidentals, they decided, wow, look at that sunrise. They decided to give it to the group in Africa that they were going to go visit. And those people used that money to construct a building that would shelter victims of abuse. Now, many, many years later, probably more than a decade later, the way it sounds, this guy was at a prayer breakfast and he ran into someone who lived in that village that he almost went to years ago in Africa. And this person was a teacher, and he said he walked by that building every single day, every day, and confirmed that God had used that money to provide for the most vulnerable people in that area in Africa. I'm sorry, Deke. I feel bad for you. Thanks, TAP. So the point is, our plans and desires don't always match up with what God has in mind, right? They were going to go on a trip to Africa, not sure what exactly they were going to do or plan to accomplish, but God put that money to use in a different way that lasted for decades. For his thoughts are not our thoughts, neither are our ways his ways. And they're not just different from ours. He says they're higher and better in this passage because he does what is consistent with who he is. And that's something that I think we should always remember. That truth that he tells us gives us hope when our efforts to do anything, especially to serve him, don't turn out the way we planned. You know, I'm starting to think about Frank's pump that we rebuilt yesterday. I was asking, boy, what does God want us to learn? What does God want us to learn? Because we had to pull these things out of a pump to replace them, and they were all coming out pretty easily, except this one. It took us forever to get it out. We couldn't get it out, so we had to take the head off the pump. We had to disassemble the pump, go to another building, put it in a vise, put it in many different directions, and finally Frank figured out how to do it. Now, why was that? Why did that take so long? What did God want us to learn? Maybe patience, maybe something else about the pump that Frank will need to know in the future. Maybe a special method to get that piece out that he never had to get out that way before, but maybe you'll have to use that method in the future. Who knows? Who knows? But we were asking God that same thing yesterday. Now, just like this one guy who was going to go to Africa and couldn't make it, right? He wasn't able to see exactly how God was going to use that money, and it wasn't confirmed until probably over a decade later how that money and how his money for his trip that was canceled was used. It's difficult, you know, it might not be years. But if things like this can happen to us, we just need to remember that God is always powerfully at work. And his ways are not our ways, as he tells us in Isaiah 55. 2 questions. When have you felt disappointed with an experience? When have you felt disappointed with an experience? And the second question, how might God use this to teach you something about himself? How might God use this to teach you something about himself? I don't have a good example, unfortunately. I never tried to go on a missionary trip or anything like that. But I have felt disappointed in an experience very similar. I was supposed to go to a basketball tournament in Alaska, but I got injured my senior year, and I didn't go. Someone else went in my place. So obviously that hurt a lot. I don't know the good that came out of it. Maybe something really good came out of it for that other person. But it was just kind of a bummer. And I just had to accept the fact that God didn't want me to go on that trip for whatever reason. Yeah, it was sad. But then again, what did happen 6 months after that, Olivia, 6 months after I missed that Alaska trip, I got a job with a foreign company and started traveling internationally like crazy. I mean, my passport was so full, I had to get one of those extra additive pages. I had to send my passport in so they can double the pages and like staple some more in or whatever they do. So I eventually did get to travel a ton, and not just domestically, but internationally. Now, granted, I've never been to Alaska, but I've been blessed with being able to travel and see lots of parts of the world. Now, granted, it wasn't like I was on vacation. Don't get the wrong thing there. You know, I'm always in an office building or a manufacturing plant or something like that and meeting with people. And usually I didn't get to see stuff until nighttime when it was dark. But I still got to go there. I still got to see things. I still got to see the Eiffel Tower. I got to walk around the Louvre for a half a day, which you probably need a whole week to see. But, you know, I did get my share of traveling. I'm just wondering if anything like that happened to you guys. Oh, look at the sun. This is cool. We got the sun coming up over that house or barn way out there. Yeah, it's beautiful colors this morning. Beautiful. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys for listening. I always talk about a Bible verse in the morning here around sunrise. And I just wanted to also say that I will not be on the next 2 mornings, and that's because I'm having surgery. So I won't be on tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, or Thursday morning. And I'll put that in my community posts just so it's clear, because I'll be recovering. Proverbs 3:5-6 says Oreo GT. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. Yes, that's a great one that goes along with this. Thanks, Oreo. That's a great passage. Perfect. Oh, you're fine, Olivia. Small group said hi. Hi, small group. Thanks, Olivia. I'm having surgery on my left eye, cataract surgery, Vicky. So I had it on my right eye last month. Now I have it on my left eye tomorrow. So just looking forward to getting it over with. Oh, there's a plane that looks like it landed. It's too far away to see. You can just see the lights flashing. Barely, way out there. But what a nice sunrise we have. There's a plane taking off in the opposite direction. We might see it coming out this side of the trees. In between the trees, let's see if we can see a plane coming out. There it is. And there it goes. These are small private planes. Oh, thanks, Vicky. Hey, I appreciate the comment, Oreo. The Lord is with all of us. Yeah, they just did one eye. It's just better. Risk management. Plus, once they do the one eye, they can do some measurements, Mariner, and confirm that what they did was correct, or they can make small tweaks so that when they go to do the second eye, which is the dominant eye, I think they always do your dominant eye second, they can tweak it to get it to 20/20, you know? So that's the hope anyway. Yeah. So I won't be on again in the morning until Friday morning. Oh, hey, Caden. I'm just having cataract surgery. So I had cataract surgery on this eye a month ago, and tomorrow I'm going to have cataract surgery on my left eye, my dominant eye. So that's why everyone's talking about eyes and surgery, and that's why I will not be on the next 2 mornings. But thanks for listening and asking about that, Caden. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. And like this live. It helps me, it helps the channel, and it helps Annie get love, get more. It helps Annie get more followers. She's so cute. She's such a good dog. Very lucky. Annie, are you telling me I'm lucky? As she runs away into the woods. Yeah, my second eye, my other eye. Oh, the sun is glorious this morning. Hey, Annie, Vicky says hi. Vicky says hi, Annie. We can't forget to look for oranges out here too, but I don't see any. I think the rain got it. I think the rain and the wind got all the oranges, unfortunately. But I'll have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back into the woods, maybe on another day, and look for them a little bit better. Annie! There she goes. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. We don't want a bath. Come on. Oh man, I do not want to give her a bath. She's got to go in that creek, doesn't she? Just got to go in the creek. Orangey. There are no cows out here today, unfortunately. I can see them way down here, like way out in this field. It's hard to see, like way, if you walk in between these fences and go all the way down out into a field out there. Yeah. Annie girl, come on. Okay, guys. Well, remember, if your plans don't work out today, maybe God has something else in mind. Because his ways aren't our ways, he tells us. And his are higher and better. And that's just what we got to remember. And I know Frank did yesterday when we were working on that pump. But Frank ended up fixing it. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Do you see those ripples? She just jumped into the water. She jumped into the muddy creek. Let's go see what she's doing. Annie, you're swimming! I've never seen you swim before. Good girl. Good swimming. She accidentally swam one time and freaked out. Good girl, Annie, good girl. Oh, she was going after this duck. Look at this duck. Annie, can you get the duck? Can you get the duck? Oh, no. No. Annie, come here. Oh, she's back in the water. She's back in the water. She thinks now she's starting to swim to go after ducks. Annie, come here. Oh my gosh, she just went in again. Look, she's going after the duck. Then she's like, no, I can't catch him. I'm coming back to dry land. Oh, this is a bath for sure. This is hilarious. Get the duck. Let's go down here into the... Look at Annie. Annie, get out of the water. You goofball. Look at her hopping around the water. She thinks she can hop in the water. Oh man, she's going after the ducks. Those ducks are not flying or swimming away. They're like, yeah, we just dare you to come and get us. Annie, you can go get it. Oh, there goes the duck. The duck just flew over. The duck is like taunting Annie. It's like flying 10 yards in one direction and then 10 yards in another direction. Oh, it's a pair of ducks. It's a male and female over there. Annie, are you wet? You're soaking wet. It's only 35 degrees. Look at her. She is like a seal or a walrus. Look at her. She's just like jumping and doing belly flops in the water. This is classic. Oh my. You gonna get the ducks? Are you duck hunting? Oh my God, I have never, ever seen her jump in the water and go after something. We've gone to a park before and she wouldn't go in. She accidentally fell in and slipped forward off a rock and had to swim and kind of like had to swim and turn around and come back to shore. But it was a very short time. So now she's purposely choosing to go into the water and swim after a duck until she realizes she'll never catch him. Okay, we better go. We're gonna be here all day because these ducks are just taunting her. They're not going very far. Where are the ducks? Where'd they go? I'm about to fall in. I'm right on the edge. The water's really high right now because we had all that rain. Okay, come on, Annie. Oh, no. No, Annie, no. There she goes again. There are the ducks. There go the ducks. You see the ducks right across from her? In the trees? Your dog hates water? Yeah, my dog. Whoa! Whoa! Well, I just fell on my butt. I just fell on my butt in the mud. All right, I think it's time to go. Now we're all dirty and muddy. You can tell she doesn't love the water, but she'll go in there if she has to go get the ducks. It's driving her crazy. Go get a duck. I may as well. I'm all muddy now. Get a dog that jumped out of a canoe? That's funny. Oh, I gotta be careful. Oh, I don't want to fall again. Annie's staring at the ducks on the other side of the creek. They're near the one bank and Annie's on this side. It's driving her crazy. Yeah, I'm okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go. I'm gonna put the camera away and I'm gonna try to get Annie. So hopefully you guys have a great day. Remember, God's ways aren't our ways. All right? When something doesn't go right today, let's try to keep that in mind. Yeah, thanks, Olivia. I think I'm gonna have a hard time getting her. All right, guys, see you tonight. Have a great day. Thanks, Olivia, Vicky, Mariner, Caden. Appreciate y'all. Frank, have a great day. Peace.